Who doesn't absolutely adore Corgis? With their fluffy butts and endless charm, it's no wonder they're so popular. Owning a Corgi has to be one of the most joyful, fun-filled, and utterly unpredictable adventures. And a huge part is because they're unlike any other breed you've ever owned. So, if you're already a proud Corgi parent or thinking about welcoming one into your home, this video is for you. Here are the 10 things that only Corgi parents will truly understand. And if I left anything out, let me know in the comments below. Number 1. Everyone will stare and smile when you're walking your Corgi. Ever feel like you're walking a superstar on a leash? Well, that's kind of life with a Corgi. These short-legged charmers turn heads wherever they go, spreading smiles like confetti. People love Corgis, and many simply lose their minds when they spot one in real life. But all that attention comes with a flurry of amusing questions. Get ready for folks asking, will his legs get any longer? Or can they run with those tiny legs? Seasoned Corgi parents have heard it all and usually have answers ready to go. But what's the secret behind their instant appeal? Those big ears, adorable waddle, and that famously cute Corgi butt are impossible to resist. As one owner shared, "Every walk feels like a parade. Folks stop to pet him, ask questions, and even take pictures." It's all part of the Corgi experience that only owners truly get. So embrace the attention and maybe add a few extra minutes to your scheduled walks. Number 2. Your Corgi's sleep position might be the same as yours. One of the most unusual things about Corgis is their sleeping positions. First of all, they can sleep in all sorts of weird positions. But one of the most common and hilarious ones is when they sleep on their backs and legs spread out, just like a human would sleep. I'd like to call this the starfish sprawl. And it's all thanks to their natural flexibility in their hip joints, allowing them to extend their legs backward without discomfort. So why do Corgis sleep like this? When a dog sleeps on their back, exposing their belly, it's a sign they feel safe and secure in their environment. Corgis, with their confident and easygoing personalities, often assume this vulnerable position because they trust you completely. Plus, cooling off that fluffy tummy on a hot day feels pretty great too. It's hard not to chuckle when you see those short legs pointing in every direction. But for Corgi parents, we can't get enough of this endearing trait. Number 3. Splooting will be your dog's favorite resting position. Ever stumble upon your Corgi lying flat on their belly with their hind legs stretched out like a tiny superhero in flight? Congratulations! You've witnessed the legendary sploot. It isn't exclusive to Corgis, but this adorable pose is practically a Corgi trademark at this point. So, what's the deal with this quirky position? Splooting allows Corgis to stretch their hips and relax their leg muscles, giving them a good, comfy stretch after playtime. With their long bodies and short legs, it's also a clever way to cool down by pressing their bellies against the cool floor. Think of it as the canine version of a yoga pose. Only Corgi owners truly understand how this endearing habit can turn any ordinary moment into a heart-melting sight. Number 4. They're always hungry, or so it seems. Think your Corgi is always hungry? You're not imagining it, and you're definitely not alone. These pups may be relatively small, but they act like they haven't had food for days. With those big eyes and even bigger appetites, Corgis have a knack for convincing you they're starving, even if it's only been 5 minutes since your last meal. However, you need to be careful with overfeeding. They won't grow any taller, but they can certainly grow wider. Plus, Corgis are prone to weight gain and obesity, especially if their diets aren't carefully managed. I know. It's going to be tough resisting those pleading looks and charming antics, but overindulging can lead to health issues down the line. On the bright side, their insatiable appetite means they're excellent dogs for obedience training. All it takes is one of their favorite treats to get them to perform their entire arsenal of tricks at the next dinner party. Number 5. Get ready for lots of frapping. Some Corgi owners like to call it zoomies. Others may call it crazy eights, or the midnight madness, and even demon possessions. But the scientific term for this is frapping. What is it, you ask? If you've noticed your corgi suddenly dashing around the house like a tiny tornado, you've witnessed frapping in action. Short for frantic random acts of play. Frapping is when your corgi unleashes a burst of energy, zipping in circles, darting from room to room, and generally turning your living space into a racetrack. This is something that's all too familiar with corgi parents. These dogs are energetic by nature, and frapping is their way of blowing off steam or expressing pure joy and excitement. One moment, they're calmly chewing a toy. The next, they're a blur of fur and enthusiasm. It's both hilarious and heartwarming, a phenomenon that corgi parents truly get to enjoy on a daily basis. But don't worry too much about it. Sit back and enjoy the show. Just make sure the area is safe. No slippery rugs or sharp corners to prevent any accidental wipeouts. Remember, this playful behavior is perfectly normal and a sign of a happy, healthy pup. Number 6. They're always guiding you in a direction, whether you realize it or not. Ever notice your corgi steering you around the house like a tiny, four-legged GPS? That's no coincidence. Corgis are natural-born herders, and that instinct doesn't just vanish because they're off the farm. Whether you're heading to the kitchen or moving from room to room, your pup might be subtle, or not so subtle, guiding your path. So what's behind this quirky behavior? Bred in Wales to herd cattle and sheep, corgis have an innate desire to keep their flock together, and that includes you. They might gently nudge your legs, block doorways, or circle around you to influence your direction. It's both endearing and a tad comical. Their herding instincts make them keenly aware of movement, and they can't help but try to organize the chaos, even if it's just you grabbing a sweater. So next time you find yourself being guided toward the kitchen pantry, remember, your corgi is probably just trying to get you to give them a delicious treat. Number 7. Looks can be deceiving, especially with a corgi. After owning a corgi, you'll quickly discover that appearances can be quite deceiving when it comes to dogs. For example, think a dog with short legs can't be fast? Think again. Corgis are like little rockets, zipping around with surprising speed. One minute, they're by your side. The next, they've dashed across the yard chasing a leaf or a butterfly. Their stubby stature doesn't slow them down. In fact, it only makes it more impressive when they take off like lightning. But the surprises don't stop there. Corgis can jump higher than you'd ever imagine. Whether it's leaping onto the couch or hopping over obstacles in the park, they tend to showcase impressive agility. This springy talent comes from their herding heritage, where quick moves were essential to keep up with livestock. In fact, owners often joke that their corgis have hidden springs in those short legs. It's a delightful reminder that size isn't everything, so never underestimate these low-to-the-ground dynamos. Number 8. Corgis sound much larger than they actually are. One advantage of having a corgi is their ability to act as alarm dogs and deter potential intruders. Just make sure they don't catch a glimpse of your dog. Prepare to be amazed by the mighty roar of your little corgi. They may be small, but they have a bark that could rival dogs at least twice their size. It's always a sight to see when that deep, hearty bark echoes through the house, leaving guests wondering if there's a much larger dog lurking around. One amused owner said, "I thought a German Shepherd had snuck into my corgi's body." So, what's the secret behind their big voices? Corgis were originally bred to herd cattle, and a strong, authoritative bark was essential for moving stubborn livestock. That impressive vocal power is part of their heritage, helping them command attention when needed. That said, Corgi parents understand their confident bark is just a reminder that they're fearless at heart, no matter how small they might be. Number 9. They're incredibly stubborn dogs. You haven't met stubborn until you've met a Corgi. Every day will feel like you're in the middle of the toughest negotiation of your life. Welcome to life with a Corgi. They may be adorable, but they're known for their strong wills and independent minds. Their stubborn streak can turn the most simple tasks into comical challenges. Ask a Corgi to do something they're not interested in, and you'll likely get The look, a mix of defiance and cuteness that's hard to resist. But don't let their stubbornness fool you. They're incredibly smart and trained with the right approach. Patience, positive reinforcement, and most importantly, a pocket full of treats can work wonders. However, their determination can actually be a delightful trait when channeled correctly. After all, a Corgi's spirited personality is part of what makes them so lovable. Embrace the challenge, and you'll find a loyal companion who's as entertaining as they are endearing. Number 10. The fluffy Corgi butt is their best physical feature. Let's be honest, the Corgi's fluffy rear end is nothing short of iconic. Those adorable, heart-shaped backsides are so famous, they could have their own fan club. Well, actually, they do. Corgi parents know that one of the greatest joys is watching that cute, wiggly butt bounce as their pup trots ahead. It's like having a built-in instant mood booster on every walk. Can't help but to smile. But what makes their behinds so special? Thanks to their thick double coat, Corgis sport a plush posterior that's both fluffy and fabulous. Their short legs and long bodies accentuate this feature, making it irresistibly charming. It's no wonder the internet is filled with Corgi butt photos and videos. Who can resist that level of cuteness? Hey, if you enjoyed this, you'll probably love this video here. And if you hit subscribe, I'll donate a meal to a rescue dog on your behalf.